save Simcoe. Another great chance. Another save. Simcoe sprawled out in the crease, somehow keeping it out. The best chances of the night. Ethan Simcoe stands tall or lays tall. And a big pile up behind the Edmonton net. The Oil Kings didn't like how Simcoe was being treated.
Well, we get another look at it here in-house, and Simcoe makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give him another one just for a good measure. 5 or 6 saves all here in about a 8-second span. Wow, he hasn't been busy. He just doubled his workload tonight. Moose Jaw goes from 8 shots to 12. And I think
trying to cut to the net drive, and he knocked the net ajar. And now Thurston on top of Jordan Gustafson. Peyton Shore was hurt a few weeks ago on a net drive similar to that by Anthony Wilson, of all people, who was with Regina at the time. Shore missed time due to injury after that play, and Wilson, of course, was assessed a 4-game suspension for it, and so a similar play, not the same result, of course, but a net drive by Gustafson, and it draws the ire of the Rebels.
Yeah, Derek Thurston definitely didn't like that.
Taken away by the Oil Kings and right in front of the Edmonton bench. As Jack Toogood and Landon McFadden, both referees have their hands up and everybody get involved. Landon Hansen is getting mauled by Landon Ward.
yeah, Ward is throwing punches. Hansen doesn't even have his gloves off.
I think Jack Toogood's going to get a penalty out of this as well. I think he was the initial penalty taker. Again by Mateka. Portland left wing up top, Slobodian, penalty coming up. A lot of contact here, and I think it's on the Winterhawks in the offensive zone. They're trying to drop the gloves, and they will. Kyle McDonough's going to scrap here for Portland. A couple rights land by McAdams. McDonough trying to land a few. McAdams coming over the top of Kyle McDonough into the glass, and he hugs onto him. Linesman will split the two up. And a couple more fighting majors. This time a couple of forwards will sit. A 20-year-old Carter McAdams and an 18-year-old, and actually technically check that, 17-year-old and Kyle McDonough. Not afraid to shy away from that one.
Stop it. It comes to Rudolph on the right side wall. Rudolph flips it high into the air, drops it center, and we are through the first 2 periods of play. Are we? Tyler Parr and Rylan Kovacevic having some pushing and shoving, and a stick and a glove has been discarded, and they want to go, but the linesman not going to let them.
Well, Tyler Parr's got both gloves off and a stick down, but linesman right in between. Got Justice Christensen, I think, on the back end here, tangled up with somebody.
That's Hudson Kibblewhite tied up with Christensen. Calvert's trying to get it free from one of the officials as well, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen with that. And we'll go right to the intermission here because we've got a bit of a longer feature to play with Steve Goddess as well. We'll take a break and be back. It's 4-3 Raiders after the first 2 periods of play on Brant Raider Radio at 900.
As ahead of Steve, got tripped up, and I think Cole Miller's going to get a penalty out of this, although I'm not sure why he hit. He kind of ran into Josh Bonini. It's one of those ones you kind of have to give him a penalty, I mean. But the initial call was going to Moose Jaw.
It totally was. I mean, it's a trip, and Miller wipes out, gets to his feet, but just in time to run into the goaltender. I don't think there's a whole lot he could have done to prevent it, and it's not a big hellacious collision.
Back over to Duguay. Duguay in, shoots, and it's gobbled up by Mateka. No rebound allowed there, and some contact with Southern and Goldsmith in front of the Tri-City net. Carter Southern and Terrell Goldsmith are going to drop the gloves. They both land a couple of rights. Southern gets his body weight on top of Goldsmith. And a fight quickly bruised in front of the Americans' net. Both benches loving that. He'll grab Southern and Goldsmith from the VMC ice, and Carter Southern gets the Portland crowd going at the midway point of period 1.
Out of nowhere came Blake Fiddler looking for a big booming body check and wasn't able to get it, as Adam Yeko then got his on a Moose Jaw Warrior, and it's fired on to Simcoe. He holds on.
Now some stick work and emotions getting the better of several individuals out there, including Blake Fiddler and one of the Warriors that he is battling with. And in front of the net, a collision with the Oil Kings netminder has led to some pushing and shoving. Helmets are off.
Bit of a yard sale out there, if I'm being honest.
Michael shooting, stop, the rebound's right there. Keller's all tied up, they're making Zabo's tied up, and now whistle sounds. Boy, that puck was there. Now we got Zabo involved here with Corbet, and now we got Bame involved with Gillespie. Not a great trade. Zabo and Corbet get the linesman between them. I think Corbet wanted it, and Zabo's got to realize, hey, he's playing on the top line here. They need his grit here to do it. And out of all this, we're going to see penalties. I don't know if it's going to be even or not.
There's Fiddler, knocked away and intercepted. Here's Miraz. We got a fight. Joe Aginla and Landon McFadden are going to go. At center now, Aginla gets a couple of rights. McFadden a few more rights. And an uppercut from McFadden. A right from Joe Aginla. Another right from McFadden. A couple more rights, and down goes Joe Aginla. Joe Aginla, I think that's his first career fight.
Well, he got him smiling. He was very aggressive tracking down to McFadden.
Shot score. T-Birds could not find the loose puck after they blocked the initial shot, and then Ratzlaff made a pad save, and Verhoff there to bang it home. And then some extracurricular activity in front of the Seattle goal. Davidson involved for Seattle. And now Hartman getting in the mix with Verhoff and Miskey. Again, the T-Birds blocked the shot initially, but couldn't locate the loose